Okay, here we go. This is from Montana. It's 5 Drops Bourbon Whiskey from Wild Rye Distilling in Bozeman, Montana. Now, this is actually distilled in Montana. They actually distill this juice. Holy shoot. What a weird thing. It's not sourced. And it's mashed, fermented, and distilled, and bottled, all by Wild Rye Distilling in Bozeman, Montana. What the heck is that? Holy smoke, they're not buying it from MGP? Oh my goodness. They're not sourcing it from Barton? Oh my goodness. How could this be? How could it be that there are little distilleries out there who can distill their own whiskey? I mean, this entire shelf is nothing but MGP sourced stuff. So, hey, this is a fresh of breath air, as I said. Now, this is corn and malted barley. Now, what's cool is the corn is grown in Montana and the barley is grown in Montana. So this 100% comes from Montana. I think that's cool as shit. I think that's the coolest shit ever. It reminds me of J. Henry, Wisconsin. Most of the grain in this bottle is grown on their own farm. Now, these guys aren't doing quite that, but Wisconsin whiskey from Wisconsin grains. Montana whiskey from Montana grains. Yes, please. How about if we do that? How about if we do that? How about if we make this a trend in the bourbon world where we do Ohio whiskey made with Ohio grains? New York whiskey grown with made with New York grains. Georgia whiskey with Georgia grains. What? And now I know you couldn't possibly grow enough grain in Kentucky to keep up with the production of Kentucky, but you could grow enough for one distillery. Is there one distillery in Kentucky that's using all Kentucky grains and putting out Kentucky distillate? I don't know of one off the top of my head. I'd have to look into that. But let's make this a trend. I love this. This is what I want. I want to taste the terroir that can be bourbon. You know, they do this in Ireland, where they get real specific about where the barley comes from, down to the field of a farm. And so you're like having a small batch of whiskey from one section of one farm. Waterford is doing that. And that to me is so freaking cool that like you can, and they put it on the bottle like it came from this farm, the Southwest number 3 pasture, whatever. I'm just making up numbers here. But that's cool as shit. So kudos to 5 Drops.